Hey everybody, it's Ian here with Ian's Random Reviews. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at the Sony MC2500 HD Camcorder, and today we're just going to do a quick overview of what I use it for, some of the features that are associated with this camera, and of course, the big question, is it worth your money? Okay guys, so let's just take a quick look here. So this is the left side of the camera. As you can see, you have peaking and assign 1, manual, white balance, and white balance set. So peaking, if you have this in manual focus and you're trying to get something in focus, peaking basically is just a bunch of little tiny, almost looks like white static if you were on a TV, and it basically shows you what's in focus and what isn't. You can also assign this button to multiple other features built into the camera if you want, so iris, gain, all those things. I'm pretty sure that you can assign to that. I haven't used it yet, so I'm not totally sure. Manual, if you double click this, it takes you from manual mode into automatic mode, and the video that I shoot, the outro to this review video was actually done on this in automatic mode. You have white balance and white balance set, so you can do your own white balances if you like. That shows this side of the camera. So this is kind of the back and the side of the camera. As you can see, I got a fairly decent sized Sony MPF battery there. This doesn't come with the camera. If you want that battery, you're gonna have to get it separately, but it does come with a smaller Sony MPF battery that that will show you a little bit later on in the video. There's a Sony logo right here. This actually lights up if you want it to. I never get it to light up because it just wastes battery in my opinion, and it serves no purpose. Right here, if you open this, is for a remote, so you can remotely control the camera. And right here is where you put your headphones for audio monitoring. If I turn the camera just a little bit here, you can see the wire to the shotgun mic is out because I was using it with my wireless one before. But if I turn this, there's a hole right here, 3.5 millimeter for audio, and that just goes right there. While we have the camera on the right-hand side, this is your HDMI door, so your HDMI output is there. And then this camera also has internal memory. I don't suggest using the internal memory. Use an SD card, but it does have internal memory. But I guess it's quite a hassle to actually get it out of the camera. And right here is your SD card holder. So you just slide this door, and there's where your SD card goes. Right here's your power button. So all you do is you flick this up, and it turns it on. And your record button is also right there in the center. Up top is another record button and your slow zoom. So up here is a toggle button, and that does slow zoom in, slow zoom out. This is your fast. This is your fast toggle button right here. So this, if you want to zoom into something really quick, you push it forward. If you want to zoom out really quickly, you push it back, and you can make it as slow as or fast as you want, depending on exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so this is the front of the camera, of course. This little lens hood comes off if you wanted to. I always keep it on. You got your lens cap. Back here, you have your screen, so I can actually bring this up, turn it all the way around. So if I'm doing an in front of the camera shot and I have no one to help me, I can actually see if my audio is working here in the corner, and I can actually also see if I'm in frame, if I'm in focus, all that good stuff. Right now I don't have an SD card in, so I can't show you what you look like, of course, but that's how that works. If you shut this screen, you then can actually look through the viewfinder, and there's an LED viewfinder screen in there, so you always can be able to see what you're looking at. There is an LED light on this camera, so right here on the left-hand side is the camera light. As you can see, it turns on and off. This white diffuser actually comes off, and it makes it a lot brighter. But the diffuser is there, so if you're doing an interview, yes, it's still bright, but it's not going to completely blind your subject. And overall, that's what the outside of the camera looks like. Okay, so we'll just do a quick look at the screen here. This might not be the best quality, but I'm just going to give you a quick down and dirty view of what this looks like. So up here you have a menu button, a thumbnail button, 4 toggle switches, and a set button. So of course your toggle switches just move from setting to setting to setting, and then of course set is how you get into them. So if we go to menu, there's ring setting. So if you are in manual mode, then all these would be lit up, and you can do everything from focus to zoom, gain, iris, shutter speed, all that good stuff. Again, I think I forgot to show it, but there's a ring actually on the lens of the camera, and that controls your magnification, that controls your focus, your iris, gain, all those good stuffs if you're in manual mode. We'll just go back here. Multiple settings in this camera. Again, I haven't used them all because you know, I just haven't got that deep into it, but you can go into your recording settings, your media select, video out. You can deal with the volume on the output of the camera, the audio format, record levels, audio output timing. You can get into your display settings, so peaking, marker, histogram, zebras, all that good stuff. Your time codes. I never use time codes, but those are there. Your Wi-Fi settings, so you can actually set a smartphone up to this camera, and once you are wirelessly connected to your smartphone, you can actually control this camera with your smartphone. So you can actually see what your camera sees, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can make sure you're in focus and stuff like that. So that's kind of a neat feature. I never use it. I'm pretty hands-on with the camera, and I don't really use that feature too much. You just have other buttons, so your assign buttons, so your assign 1 and assign 2, you can assign them whatever buttons you want, or whatever features and functions you need. You have your clock, summertime, language. Of course, there's like formatting your card, the Sony logo lamp, all that good stuff. Just multiple settings in here. Again, you know, if you're going to go too deep into this camera, you're gonna look at the settings yourself and go through all that stuff. But this is just a quick down and dirty look of the settings, and you know, overall what this camera has for features and what it looks like. Okay, folks, here's a couple quick pictures. I forgot to add this in the actual recording of the video, but this here just shows a quick overview of what comes with the MC2500. So you have an operational guidebook, an operational guide compact disc, and then you have your power wires. So there's a couple here for Europe, and one, of course, for North America. And that is for if you are doing long video shoots and you don't want to, you know, tie up your battery or waste your battery, you can plug your camera in and you can run all day long. So that's a nice feature. And it also comes equipped with an MPF 570 battery that comes stock with the camera. But again, if you want longer longevity out of your battery and you want longer shoot times, I do suggest getting a higher powered and a bigger MPF style battery. Moving on to the second picture here, this is right behind the HDMI output on the right side of the camera. I forgot to add this. This is the audio visual section of the camera. As you can see, there's a red and yellow output, and that's for video and audio, and then what looks to be a cable connection or SDI. I've watched several videos on this and I haven't really researched it myself, but no one seems to know what exactly that does, and it doesn't seem to work like SDI. So I'm not really sure exactly what it does or how it works. Again, I don't use it, but it is built into the camera and it is there for a specific use. Okay, so here's just a quick image test with the MC2500. I have it in automatic mode right now and not manual, so hopefully it's keeping in and out of focus pretty good. But I'm also connected with the Rode News Shooter Kit. This is wirelessly connected to the camera. So it will not only give you a bit of an image quality test, but also a audio test as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the pros and cons associated with this camera. So number one is the size. A lot of people these days want a small, compact, portable camera like a DSLR or a small camcorder, and size is, you know, sometimes a big issue. For me, I wanted a shoulder mount solution. I wanted something that I could, you know, quickly put up on my shoulder and go mobile if I had to. And number two, I think it has great stage presence. It's a good size camera. I do like it. But for some people, that could definitely be a con. Number two, this is a PAL format camera, not an NTSC. So this is more made for the European market and not the North American market. Now, I did know that when I purchased it, but I still wanted the camera. I had a few glitches in the beginning, but now I'm fairly comfortable with the camera, and those little glitches I've worked out. But that is another drawback to this camera. And number three is the cost. This camera is a bit of an investment. I believe it was $1,300 or $1,400, and I know that you can get really good DSLRs that shoot 4K and even, you know, 5 or 6K now, you know, within the $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 range, going all the way up to multiple, you know, thousands of dollars. But, you know, for me, I don't shoot a lot in 4K, actually never. For me, 1080p is fine. I like the quality of it. And again, I wanted something that was a little bit bigger, but had some stage presence, and of course, something I could carry around on my shoulders. So those are just a couple of the cons that I'd like to mention, but there's a lot of pros. So number one, you know, the build quality. Yes, it's full of plastic, but it has a fairly good build quality to it. It's a robust looking camera. It does the trick. Number two, I really like the audio interface. So, of course, with DSLRs, I find you can't monitor your audio when you're recording. The new ones maybe so. I'm using a fairly old DSLR, so maybe that's what I'm, kind of faced with. But in the back, there's a place where you can put your headphones in. You can monitor your audio, and that's a big one for me. Number three is clean HDMI out. I use this camera for live streaming as well. I have a YOLO Box Pro, which I'll review in another video, but this here has clean HDMI out. So with my Canon T4i, which again is an older DSLR, I don't get clean HDMI out. And normally with the newer cameras, I'm sure that's not a problem. But that's another big pro I like about this camera. And there's just multiple features. If you want to go automatic, you can go automatic. Manual, it has all the different settings there for adjustments. And, as far as an overall camcorder camera, it does the trick. So would I recommend this camera? If it's, if you're looking for a shoulder-mounted solution, if you're looking for clean HDMI out, and you're looking for a camera that is a little bit bigger, I would recommend it. Now, I do believe this camera is discontinued. You can still buy it on Amazon, but again, whenever you're looking at investing in anything, make sure you do your research and make sure it's something that's going to fit you and fit exactly what you're doing. Again, I do recommend it for some of the purposes I've mentioned and what I like it for. Again, DSLRs are kind of the hot ticket item now. That's what everybody wants, and if that's what you want, absolutely go get it. But I'm just giving you a personal idea of what I use it for, and if you should buy it. So if it's something that interests you and you think that it would fit your lifestyle or fit what projects you might have to do, I would recommend this camera. So this has just been a quick overview, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.